Are you in a situation where you're feeling stuck right now? If that's the case, then I hope that this video will help you. In today's society, all of us are trying to meet the expectation of somebody else. So when we are young, our parents expect us to study, to get a good career. When we grow up, the expectation is, especially in the Indian culture, for girls to get married by the age of 25 and have children by the age of 30. But what happens when those expectations are not met? A few weeks ago, I was going through the feeling of being stuck. I was thinking to myself, why is it that everybody else's life is going forward, but I am in the same place? Especially when I catch up with my friends and the first thing they ask me is, how's life? And I reply, it's the same old. So when I compare my life with other people, I feel like I've not achieved anything in life. There is lots of doubts, confusion, frustration, and this general feeling of not moving ahead in life. Sometimes I get frustrated because I have my own desires. I want to travel. I want to do something in music. I want to learn more music. I was having lots of doubts about, am I doing the right career? Is my job a suitable job for me? All of those things was in my mind that was fogging up. And all of those confusions led to feeling frustrated with myself, feeling disappointed with myself, doubting the presence of God in my life. So how did I respond to this negative feeling? Like I shared before, I take my frustrations, my confusions, my doubts to God in prayer. That's the best place where I can have all these questions answered. Every morning I spend some time with God, asking him what is his plan for my life today. What am I supposed to do today? How am I supposed to live this day today? And for many days when I sat in prayer and I asked God the same question, why am I not moving forward? Why is my life stuck? For many days, I did not get any answer. So now, because it's summertime, I like to walk to work. And near my workplace, there's a nice park, which I walk into before I go into work. And one day, as I was walking through the park, reflecting on the same thought of, God, why am I feeling stuck? Why am I not moving ahead in life? And this thought, this statement came to my mind. I don't understand, but I trust. When this thought came to my mind, I kept on repeating it. And I remember feeling a lot of peace. I still didn't understand why I was feeling stuck. As I reflected on this statement, I was reminded of two Bible verses. The first one is from Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, and my ways are not your ways, says the Lord. And the other one is from Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. As I kept on repeating this statement, I do not understand, but I trust, all my anxieties, my frustrations, my confusions was replaced with trust in the Lord, with peace and happiness of knowing that there is a God who holds my future and he is concerned about my future more than I am or more than anybody else around me is. What did I learn from this experience? Or rather, what did God teach me through this period of feeling stuck? Number one, to live in the present moment. Many times we get tangled up with worrying about the future and we stop living in the present, and so we lose the joy of living. Many times God has reminded me to be still and know that I am God. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 34, Jesus reminds us, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Let the day's own trouble be sufficient for the day. Number two, I've learned to trust God. Every time I doubt, for me, that's an opportunity to grow in faith. In many conferences and retreats, you must have heard the story of the man who walked on the rope. So this stunt man, he would walk on the rope on his own. The next time he was frying eggs and he was walking on the rope, and everyone was so happy and they clapped and cheered for him. And the next time he asked somebody if they could jump inside the wheelbarrow and if they would trust him to carry them across safely on the other side on a rope. At that time, there was no clapping. People stopped clapping and nobody volunteered. But there was one person who volunteered, and that was his mother. Because his mother trusted that he would not put her life in danger. And he carried her safely in that wheelbarrow from one side of the rope to the other side. Number three, be sure that your faith will be tested at some point and many points in your life. When I was studying in India, we had to pass our exams to move on to the next grade. If we didn't pass, we had to stay back and work again in that same class. So similarly, in our life journey, We are all tested and we have to pass the exam to move on. It's okay if we fail, but the challenge is to keep going and never give up. Number 4 is to understand that it's okay not to understand what's going on and to not have things figured out. I don't have to figure it out all on my own because I did not create myself. I have a creator who created me with a plan. Jeremiah 29:11, God reminds me that, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans for your welfare, plans to give you a future and a hope." And this message is not just for the Christians and the Catholics, but this message is for every created being. Even if you don't believe or if you don't know it, know that there is somebody who already loves you and he is going to take care of your future and what's coming next. Number 5, which is the last point, don't compare yourself with anybody else. Comparing kills joy. We are all called to run our own race and to be better than what we were yesterday. Like St. Paul said, "I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." Once again, thank you for liking and sharing all my videos. I'm not a professional vlogger, but it's just something that God placed in my heart to reach out during this time of the pandemic. So while I have the opportunity, the resource, and the time available, I'm making the most of it, hoping that this will reach out to as many young people or to anyone. I hope that God speaks to you in a very powerful way through this video, and you will continue your journey to know God and to love Him and serve Him in your own life too. God bless.